Good morning. Today I'm hopping in here to talk to you about the #1 business growth killer. So stay with me or go to talkwithbecky.com if you feel as though you want to go deeper on this subject. All right. I have to tell you, it absolutely is maddening to me. But the #1 business growth killer, meaning the #1 thing that business owners do that debilitate their growth is their inability to change. It's maddening. There are 3 different areas that we work with, and what has instilled this today is actually a particular client that I'm still friends with. We're really good friends, but I had to fire them. I truly did. It is a fact. And it was because of their inability to change. Because here's what I get. Now, for those of you who don't know me, by the way, welcome to my community. My name is Rabecca Eunis, and I specialize in helping small business owners turn their businesses from chaos into well-oiled machines, thus producing personal and financial freedom. Because most of the time, that gets lost in the shuffle. But that's the original reason why we go into business for ourselves. So here's the thing. I had this client, and again, he's a great friend, great personal friend. But for 3 years, I noticed, what the issues were in the business, and he was like, I'm not growing, I need more cash flow, I have to make more money, whatever. So we do the full analysis the way we do, and we meet and we start talking through systems, okay? Because you know that I am built on systems, and I have found my way to personal and financial freedom and being able to run 3 businesses, okay? And still sustain my personal and financial freedom through systems, which is what we teach at talkwithbecky.com. So I'm talking to him and I'm like, okay, well, here's what we need to do. We lay the plan out and what have you. And he's like, all right, I got it. All right, I got it. A year goes by, do the tax return, everything stays the same. And he's like freaking out in my office. And I'm like, what? Like, we had several meetings over this. And I explained to you, what was going well, what wasn't going well, and what we needed to change. Oh, that word is so hard sometimes, isn't it? Yes, it is. And, especially if you have these habitual systems, I guess, if you want to call them that are in place that you're so used to doing every single day, it's very difficult to get out. And I get that. And I assist with that, because some people, you just can't go in and just turn their world upside down and change everything. You have to do it systematically. You have to go nice and easy. We have to implement smaller bits of change so that what happens sometimes is when you implement smaller changes, okay? Like if there's 5 things that need to change and you change 1 this week, this month, whatever, and that person who is resistant can actually see that change, bringing them forward and doing good and becoming a better habit, they're more apt to changing 2 and 3 faster than just 1 at a time. So this person just kept going with the same exact thing. And, year 2, same thing. Year 3, finally I just said, you want to know what? You are a liability. Because I'm beating my head against pavement with no helmet on with you. And I'm not doing this anymore. You want to stay like this. I'm not going to swear. You want to come in here and be upset every single year and tell me that things are not changing and you're still struggling and you still have no life and you're still working. I can't help because I'm trying to help. So there's 3 levels of this. There's some people out there that just will not change. And those are the people that are on that hamster wheel that are not ever going to get off. And if that's who you are, so be it. But those are not the people that we are able to work with, because you want to see change, but you don't want to act to see change. And that's huge, because you can say all day long that you want to do this and implement that system, and you want personal freedom and you want financial freedom, but it's never going to change. The end result will not change if the actions going into it don't change. And I know that that sounds like common sense, but it's not common practice. Okay, you need to change an input if you want to change the output. Okay, if you keep doing the same exact thing over and over again and the result is not what you want, I think we need something to change. Then there's the people who they want you to implement change, and you start to implement change and you revert back after a little while. Like you start, you feel pretty good. It's kind of like when you go on like a little fitness kick, right? You start, you feel really good, you start to implement the change, and you're starting to eat better, and then all of a sudden you just go back, right? It's classic. It happens in business all the time. Or they start to change and they get a little bit of resistance like in the process. So something isn't perfect. Oh, I told you that change wasn't going to work. Okay. No one said we're going to not hit bumps in the road. And we tweak the change as we go. Look, the road to awesomeness is not always awesome. It sucks sometimes. But you have to get through it. You have to stage the course as well, right? We have to move along with what's happening. It's never a flat, easy road. We are in business. We're entrepreneurs. It's never going to be easy. That's why we're there, because we love the challenge, okay? So when the challenge presents itself, we have to pick and choose how we will react. And if change is part of that for growth, then it has to happen. Some people will panic and be like, no, see, I told you that wasn't right and I don't feel comfortable, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do the old thing again. And then there's the people that say, I want to change and I'll do whatever you say. Because eventually you reach that point, right? And sometimes with your health and wellness, it's when you hit the brick wall where the doctor says, you have to do this or you will die, or that you will have this disease, right? So for me, in business, it's you need to do this or the doors are going to close. You need to do this or you won't be able to pay employees. Sometimes it has to be that drastic for someone to reach the brick wall and say, I'm ready for change, here I go, I'm good, do it. Tell me what to do, I'll do whatever you say. A lot of time, by the time we reach that point, sometimes it's too late, unfortunately. So our intervention happens before that. Listen, 25 plus years as a CPA, I've pretty much seen it all in small business. And that is why I am like so passionate about change and about systems and about helping people get to that personal and financial freedom that they originally signed up for. But if you're not willing to change an input, a strategy, a structure, your output is never going to change. Nothing will ever be what you anticipate it to be. So my only point here today is that if you're looking to grow the business, if you're looking to get more out of the business, and you've tried different things that are not working, or you're afraid to try things because you're afraid of where that could put you, I just basically will tell you, because most of the time, change is just fear. And fear holds it up. So take a look at that and say, what is the worst that could happen? So what is the worst that could happen if I implement a better accounting system? What's the worst that could happen? I have to go back to using the old system? Big deal. What's the worst that could happen if I decide to develop a team like Becky is telling me I should versus keeping them disgruntled employees? What is the worst that could possibly happen? So if you can deal with what the worst is, and you know that you can rebound from the worst, then make the change. But you have to dig your heels in and you have to commit to it. And that's what we help you do at talkwithbecky.com. We literally will take a look at what is working, where you want to go and get to, what is the end result, and what changes could and should be made to getting you there. And then we help you set the course of action and of course implement and hold you accountable to that course of action. If that sounds like something you need or want, go to talkwithbecky.com. Schedule that appointment with me. I'm happy to chat with you one-on-one on the other end of the phone, and let's see if change can actually move you forward, because I know it can, and it is the key to growth. I hope that served you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. And really, this food for thought. Think about some changes that could be made to make your business even better. Have a great day.